Many losses and scandals have taken a toll on his fame, but Conor McGregor is still the UFC's most famous fighter. He's finally coming back to fight after breaking his leg in a 2021 match. The last time we got to see this man fight was 2 years ago, and there is no set timeline for his comeback. But will we see him in the octagon before the year is over? Stay tuned to find out.
The UFC legend was recently accused of assaulting a woman in a restroom during Game 4 of the NBA Finals in Miami.
The documents that were drawn up were sent to McGregor, the Miami Heat, and the NBA, and they allege McGregor aggressively kissed the woman and forced her into some sexual acts, according to ESPN. It gets worse. According to the letters, the woman was successful in getting McGregor off of her by telling him she had to pee, but that didn't stop him, and he allegedly forced her to perform oral sex on him. Allegedly, he then grabbed the woman and pinned her against the wall before trying to sodomize her. It also says in the letters the woman was able to elbow McGregor multiple times, which gave her a good chance to escape. Apparently, she ran from the scene in such a hurry, she left her purse, which was taken by McGregor's security guards and not given back to her until she begged them for it to return. It sounds really ugly, but until now, McGregor has denied the allegations and he seems to be totally unfazed by everything being said about him. He was even seen out with his family casually a few days ago. He was also signing autographs in New York, looking like he always does. In the same document, it also reportedly claimed that Miami Heat and NBA security were helping McGregor in this act by separating the woman from her friend and shoving her into the restroom against her will. The first to break the news on the scandal was TMZ Sports, and they've gotten a video in which we can vaguely see McGregor leading the alleged victim into the bathroom, but the video doesn't give us much. Now, you're probably wondering what exactly happened in the video. Well, we see McGregor leaving the bathroom and engaging with the crowd while with his security tagging along. He then exchanges words with the woman before leading her into the bathroom, and all the while there's another woman holding her wrist. While security stops anyone else from entering, McGregor and the alleged victim go inside the bathroom. This recording actually somewhat raises pretty big doubts about the woman's claims, especially because in earlier videos from the same night, we see her and McGregor socializing at a club within the arena. The Miami Police Department reportedly said to ESPN Thursday the department's Special Victims Unit is looking into the report. McGregor's attorney Barbara Lanes only had this to say to Forbes: "This is no more than a shakedown." The alleged victim also claimed she'd been offered a hefty sum of $100,000 to stay quiet and drop the case, but that offer was apparently not valid after news of the alleged sex assault broke, the Daily Mail reported. When talking about the outlet, the woman's lawyer, Ariel Mitchell, said Heat and NBA officials were quickly trying to keep the whole thing under wraps, but now it's too late for that. McGregor is one of the wealthiest UFC fighters there is, and he's made a fortune not just from pay-per-view fights, but also the Irish whiskey distiller he founded in 2018, Proper No. 12. In 2021, he sold his majority stake in that company for around $150 million, so the man is absolutely loaded. McGregor doesn't have a clean slate when it comes to his behavior, though. He's got a record of violence and run-ins with the law. 5 years ago, he was charged with 1 count of criminal mischief and 3 of assault, and 1 count of criminal mischief after he stormed the UFC press conference taking place in New York and threw guardrails at a bus carrying UFC fighters and broke a window as a result, landing 2 fighters into the hospital and leaving them unable to compete. These were the reports circulating at the time, and then a year later in 2019, the New York Times reported that Conor was being investigated by Irish police because of allegations that he sexually assaulted a woman in a Dublin hotel in December 2018, and a little while after that there was a second allegation popping up that he assaulted a woman in a car. Taking all past allegations in mind, it's possible that there may be more than just mere smoke here. The NBA and the UFC have said they're doing their best to get to the bottom of all of this, so we'll just have to wait and see.
Now, let's talk about the second biggest obstacle standing in the way of McGregor's comeback on the ring.
On February 4th, 2023, the UFC revealed that the Irishman would be going up against fan favorite Michael Chandler in the second half of 2023. Chandler and McGregor were also announced as coaches for The Ultimate Fighter, the UFC's reality TV show. As the beginning of the TUF in late May, the McGregor vs. Chandler fight still hadn't been scheduled. UFC President Dana White has made it clear he's doing his best to make the fight happen sometime in 2023. He's been pretty loud about his ambition. He even talked about it at the post-fight press conference for UFC Vegas 73. He said, There's a fight. He has to get into the USADA pool first. But it's all in motion. That's what we're shooting for before the end of the year. Fingers crossed it happens in 2023. Sports betting sites uploaded odds for the match, but a weight class wasn't confirmed. It was even speculated that the fight would be set to take place at 170 pounds, the UFC's welterweight division. In case you forgot, these two have previously fought in the 155-pound lightweight division. It's going to be really interesting to see how things play out because multiple online betting sites listed the fight as 50-50, also referred to as a pick'em, meaning it could be anyone's match and there's no predicting how it'll go. Both these titans of the MMA world found themselves on equal footing when it came to the money line, both resting comfortably at 110. Now, in case you don't know what that means, it means that in order to go home with a sweet $100, excited sports bettors would have to throw down $110 on either fighter. It's a textbook play. But before we get carried away, we have to say, the odds in MMA are known to be super volatile and fluctuations will definitely happen, and something tells us there's going to be at least a few surprises waiting for us too. But hey, that only raises the stakes and makes it even more interesting. Now, to answer the question once and for all, will we see him make a comeback to the octagon this year? The MMA fans, as well as UFC, are hopeful of the comeback of Mystic Man in 2023. In March 2023, we found out that he was in the loop with USADA, but given his star power, he might just get an exception to the 6-month testing pool stipulation. He was hopeful, saying he only needs 2 clean tests to clear their requirements. During a chat with MMA Fighting, he confidently made this announcement. That's done. By year end, I'm back in that cage having competed. I'm gearing up now, ready to go. Fans could practically hear the excitement in his voice as he got ready to reclaim his spot in the limelight. And he also dropped another bombshell. You should definitely watch out for the Ultimate Fighter because, as it turns out, that's where the big announcement about Michael Chandler will be made. The man is planning a comeback and boy does he know just what he's doing. It's all about keeping the fans on the edge of their seats and he knows exactly how to deliver the goods. Hold up a minute, Michael Chandler had something to say. He hinted that his opponent has not re-entered the UFC's testing pool till now and we're halfway through the year. McGregor apparently missed the deadline to re-register with the USADA to fight in the UFC's final event on 16th December. As per USADA rules, McGregor has to be in the pool for 6 months before fighting, and Chandler said that as far as he knew, the Irishman was still absent from testing. For now, the USADA rules and regulations are the biggest obstacle in McGregor's comeback. There's a chance it could be put off to 2024 too if things don't go as planned. Other than that, we all know about his ability to attract trouble, and that could also put his comeback in jeopardy. Do you think there's any truth to these allegations? Are you looking forward to seeing McGregor return? Let us know in the comments. Before you go, don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel. We'll see you in the next one. Bye.